Hey everybody, so I'm back now to talk about CZW. So, where do I start? I guess at the beginning. We're talking about CZW's New Heights. So, we kick things off. Triple threat match. Lucky 13 versus Latin Dragon versus Alex Colon. Just an awesome high-flying match. You know, there's no other way to put it. These guys take to the sky like fish to water. You know, these guys live in the sky, I swear. Lucky 13 came out with the win. Next we had Greg Excellent versus Bo Belmar. Just so creepy. I love Greg to death. Yeah, I really do. He's such a funny guy. You know, and there's nothing else I can really say. I mean, Greg Excellent came out with the win, 738. After that match, we had the campaign come out, and Drew Gulak gave his State of the Combat Zone address, where basically he kicked out Alexander James, and he kicked out Dewey Donovan. And we also started to see like a change from heels to face for the campaign. Which to me was actually kind of awesome. Excuse me there, everybody. So now with that, DJ came out. When DJ came out, that kind of brought us into our third match. Drew Gulak versus Sozio. Sozio did end up winning. Great match. Now we're getting into how I think some wrestling matches should be. This match went 11 minutes, 34 seconds. After that, we had Black G's versus the returning Jonathan Gresham. Now, I've seen Gresham before in CZW, Chikara, you know, all around. He's also been doing some traveling. I know he's been wrestling a lot in Japan, Germany, England, so, you know, he's getting some miles on that passport. G's won at 12 minutes, 3 seconds. Now, the next match we get into, a 4-way dance for the CZW World Tag Team Championship. As we have the champions, the Juicy Product, who, you know, I talked about before, I personally can't stand. Taking on the Beaver Boys, Team Tremendous, and OI4K. And again, I'm loving this because as I'm talking to you guys right now, I'm watching the show, I'm watching Raw, and literally, I'm loving it because I'm talking about CZW and who's in the ring but, you know, Luke Harper, aka the Big Rig Brody Lee. I mean, which is funny, I still want to know if in his bag that he goes to WWE with, if he's still got my Confederate flag. I would laugh if he still does. But anyway, the Juicy Product ended up winning 9 minutes 47 seconds. You know, it's like for a match that had 4 teams in it, I think that match should have maybe gone a little longer, personally. You know, maybe give some time for, you know, let some of the other teams go in. There were a lot of great spots, though, I'm not going to lie. And then after that match, we had intermission. Then out came Alexander James, bitching, moaning, and complaining. Coming out to make the save was the one, the only, Chainsaw Joe Gacy. So, they had a squash match, pretty much, 3 minutes and 8 seconds, where Gacy won. What do you expect? Then after that, we had the Wired title rematch. Caleb Conley versus Shane Strickland. Now, they've actually been working around Shane's gimmick a little bit. You know, he's starting to become a heel, which is great. I could more see this man as a heel than as a babyface. But Strickland retained the title. 15 minutes, 43 seconds. So, now after that, we go into the CZW World Heavyweight title match. Excuse me. As we have Biff Busick taking on Speedball Mike Bailey. You know, what can I say? It wasn't a bad match. I think they're going to give Busick a nice title run. Personally, I think the only person who should take the belt off of Busick would be the guy who was originally supposed to at the show I was at, Proving Grounds, which would be the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson. I think, you know, he definitely deserves a title run. Either that, or, you know, you put the belt back on Masada, or even Tremont. You know, he definitely deserves it. But Busick retained his belt at 13:35. Now we go to the main event. Ultra-violent tag team encounter. Excuse me. So, tag team deathmatch, which is fun because IWA is soon coming up with their Double Death tournament. So, excuse me. So, it was the Nation of Intoxication, Danny Havoc and Devin Moore, taking on Ron Mathis and the Bulldozer, Matt Tremont. You know, what else can I say? It was literally a nice death match. I wish they'd be able to use light tubes more. You know, maybe with the way things are going, maybe the Skate Zone will let them use it. You know, I mean, as long as they clean up. But, you know, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But Tremont and Mathis won. Tremont actually pinned Havoc. So, I'm actually starting to think that maybe the rivalry between Tremont and the Nation of Intoxication is over. You know, we'll have to wait and see. But that's really it now for this one. You know, there's really nothing else I could say. You know, I do have a couple of shows that I'm trying to get to. You know, coming up, whether it's CZW or anything like that. I'm trying to talk a couple of my friends into maybe going next month to CZW Heat in Voorhees. Excuse me. You know, we've got Heat coming up, Down with the Sickness in September, which is another show I'm going to try to talk some of my friends into going to. That's actually going to be a double header with WSU. Obviously, I'm not going to be going to Deja Vu because that's in Dayton. I'm a little upset that they moved Tangled Web to October, to be honest. because that was always the end of the summer of Ultraviolence, because you'd have Tournament of Death, New Heights, and then Tangled Web. Because then after that, you ended up going into Down with the Sickness, Deja Vu, at least one other show, then Night of Infamy. Then, you would finish it off in December for Cage of Death. I will say I am definitely hoping to keep my birthday tradition going by going to Cage of Death in December. It's actually 2 days after my birthday. So, like I said, keeping my birthday tradition going. For anybody interested as well, CZW does have their YouTube channel on here, and also I've been watching, recently I've been watching the Dojo Wars, which are pretty awesome. It's a lot of their up-and-coming wrestlers from the Academy. You get to watch them, you get to see them, and then you actually get to see if anybody, see the up-and-comers before they get a chance to step into that CZW ring, before they get to step into that black and yellow ring. So, definitely, if you get a chance, go watch them. Other than that, if you guys want to get any CZW or WSU DVDs, the two places you can go, I'll put links at the bottom, are rfvideo.com or smartmarkvideo.com, or if you just want to get the streams, you can buy them through RF Video Now. You get a 14-day stream of them, and they're not bad, $15. So it's pretty much what you would pay to order the DVD, minus shipping and handling. So, you really can't beat them. I mean, I'll put those links down there. And, I'll say this. Anybody who watches this, I do have a Google+. And if anybody wants to come on here, maybe we can have a discussion about professional wrestling. I would love to do that. I know some of my friends, who might want to. My one friend, Big Joe, I don't know if you still watch me or not on here, but, if you want to come on and maybe we can discuss indie wrestling itself. Anybody else out there. I put this in some of my my Facebook groups I'm in. Message me through Facebook. We'll set something up for us to do a Google Hangout. I'll record it and I'll put it on here. Other than that, I will, what can I say except, I will see you ringside.